we won't ever be fashion forward until we break some rules. Like it's so like back in the day, like me, Tips and us in the crew and Noel, like when we all wearing the same thing, it's like, bro, no change. Now it's like, yo, if I had to go and get the Jordans early, not telling you where I'm getting it from because I gotta have it myself. And now it's like 30 people in the spot with awake 5s.
Yeah.
Like, I don't feel special. And
is that why you wore you wore your shoes?
See, now I think we need to be intentional because I almost wore my Air Max. I almost wore my 9.5s. But I'm like, you know what? It is Black Footwear Forum. I'm black and I make footwear. Why not wear it to the forum?
Yeah.
I mean, intentional.
Yeah.
And believe it or not, no one believes me. I don't like attention, but I can deal with it.
What's good, everyone? Welcome back to My First Kicks. This is episode 239, and this week bring to you, you know it's mad funny.
Oh,
I remember the first time I met you, and we definitely gonna talk about that.
I want to hear this because I don't remember.
I remember.
Oh man,
welcome to the podcast, Mugzy McFly.
Big Bronx Uptown.
Bronx Uptown.
Come
man.
On now.
Yo, the first time I met you, bro, J-Tiz release.
Okay.
The Omni 9s, and that's the zoo that was outside.
Which store was that? That was
BBC.
Okay. Was that nice?
Yo, you were. I remember because it was funny. The reason why I was just like that was the first time like we actually had conversation.
Yeah.
Before we were like, you were like, yo, what's good, but like that was the first time I was like, oh yeah, I can see like we rock with each other. Okay. But like at the end, I was like, yo, you did your thing, and then because you were basically controlling the line.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah, and then you turned to me and go, I don't know if I did my thing. And then you just walked away and that's you left. And I was like, yo.
Wow. That was a day. That was a historic day, but it was a day. Wow, I remember, but I didn't remember it till you just said it. That's crazy. Wow.
It's funny because like when I was biking here to the studio, I thought about that. I was just like, somebody probably saw me like laughing. Like they were like, this guy's crazy. Yeah, because I just remember you look so defeated after the end of that release.
It's so funny because like most people I know that know me personally, I'm really high energy. Yeah. I'm super. And that was one of the times you probably, even when I don't have the energy, I keep it to myself. You probably one of the few people that actually got to see like, that nigga's done. He's done. And
no, because like when I got there in the beginning, like I saw how crazy the line was. And I was like, yo, this is insane.
Bananas.
And then I come in and I'm talking to Jason and Noel, and like this is before we all got cool. Yeah. But like I've been friends with Jason. I'm thinking like, yo, Jason, get me in, please. I'm trying to just get my pair. And he's like, look, I don't got wristbands, I don't got nothing. And I was just like, it's fine, I'll figure it out, right? And like this was after I already had Tips on the podcast. Yeah. So I'm thinking like, oh, I'm good.
It's easy.
Yeah. Nah.
Yeah, all right. Shitting me.
So I'm standing there and I just see you come out and you looking and everybody's just yelling at you. They were like, yo, when you gonna let me in? When you gonna let me in? And I'm just like, damn, Mugsy's. This is before I knew. I was like, damn, this dude's stressed.
Yo, because like to be on that other side, like we get to the part where they don't have much of those lineups.
Yeah.
But being there, that was like community. That's like real energy. That's people. And then it's people you know. And it's like people you're gonna live with. Like I make clothes outside of Tips, helping Tips with his stuff. It's like I'm gonna run into these people over and over again. It's like I know how you feel. I know how important this is. Like you came out of your bed, you didn't go online or you're here. So I feel you. Like I really can. I've been on some lines.
You have
and missed and been devastated. So I don't want to do that.
No, yeah. But for people who are not familiar with you, how about you introduce yourself?
Well, I am Mugzy McFly. I like to say I'm a designer and part-time superhero, for it to be short. But no, I've been in clothing for a very, very, very long time. I had the brand for 12 years.
Wow.
But even further than that, like I've modeled like my friend's brand. I've designed things for a very long time. I come from events, actually. That's the funniest thing.
Yeah.
That's probably where a lot of the energy comes from because I was a party promoter first. Then I don't know, something just pushed me into clothing, and here I am.
No, yeah, you've done. I mean, you got some great jackets. Like,
thank you, thank you. That's one of my favorite clothes,
I dig your gear. I dig your gear because you're, I remember I found it was like I saw one of your promo ads that you were pushing, and it was like this drone shot to the McFly Studios.
Yes. Oh yeah, that's a good one. That's another jacket one. I know exactly what you're talking about. That's a good one. So like, I don't know about everybody else, but like, I come from Belly, Hype Williams, and those extravagant Missy Elliott videos and stuff. So when I make clothes, I automatically think of like the commercial, the whole story. I think of design to how I'm gonna sell it to who's gonna wear it and who I want to see in it, everything. So I've kind of slowed down a little bit because the finances do that kind of stuff is heavy, but I'm going right back. That's what I want to do. I want to have a campaign for everything, and like to sell it. Like Virgil kind of said it, like, you have a can next to a garbage, it's garbage, but you put the can in the museum on a pedestal.
Yeah, it's art. Yeah,
and that's how the packaging matters just as much as the product.
Yeah, and I mean, I think that like, I want to know what's good with all this orange. What?
It's funny. I wore this by accident. Shout out to Virgil. I did say Virgil. Wow, I forgot. That was not on purpose, y'all. But the funny thing about it is that I didn't choose orange. Orange chose me. Nah, it sounds like fuckery, but it's the truth. Yeah. So like when I was younger, from like I don't know if every kid like has this, but like being younger and being like before the internet, I had this. There's a time where you go from I just want the Power Ranger shoes to I want the Jordans. Yeah. There's a time, and shout out to the parents because that's when it gets tough. And I was right in that phase, and I was in 8th grade. No, I was 8 years old. I was in 3rd grade, and the Air Max TNs orange with the wave came out, and I was obsessed. Yeah, the blue and the orange came out around the same time. And
is this the same story about when I asked you the question?
You know what? It might be. So I might.
Let me hit you. Let me hit you with the question. Let me hit you with the question. All right. So we just jump into it. So what's your first kicks? What's that first pair of sneakers you absolutely needed to have?
It's these. Well, it's funny. I can tell this story with a couple of sneakers, but you know what? No, I'm gonna give you another sneaker for that one. Okay. I'm gonna keep the orange for this one. Okay. Because I have a couple that were on that level, but there's one that I don't think anyone else ever felt that way about that sneaker like I did. So I'm gonna go back. The orange from the TNs, and I was in 3rd grade. That's about 8 years old. 8 years old. My cousin got the blue ones, and I got the orange ones. And when you were like coming up, I didn't have it. My family didn't have it. My mom, single mom. So it was more so you get stuff that you could match with. So the red, the blue, the black, the orange now. I remember having I had 2 shirts that matched it. A big orange Paco shirt. Never forget it.
Shout out Paco.
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 You know clothes if you know Paco. Like that's Paco jeans. Shit. And then I had a white and orange Nike TN shirt. Back in those days, we didn't really like to wear like Nike clothing. Right, Nike at the time. It was like, that's just whatever that's default. And I love those sneakers so much because I wore it the first day of school, and just the color, people complimenting me. And the thing about being a kid is that because I couldn't match as much, they stayed cleaner longer. Yeah. So they were like the go-to shoe because they were clean. Everything else was dirty. These were clean. And I think from then on, I kind of had like a thing with orange. And I remember growing, like being in New York, I couldn't love blue or red like that because of gang affiliations. Right, yeah. So I had to find my path, and I was like, I started looking for colors, whatever. And then I remember the TNs were coming back out, and I was like, yo. And I don't know, it just stuck, and I just went full-fledged orange. My Jeep is all orange.
Yeah, your Jeep is all orange.
My signs are orange, my logo is orange, my couch at the studio. And then it kind of like, then you start seeing the meaning. Like, I used to like Nickelodeon, Nick and Night, the big orange couch. Yeah. You know, Kel, who loves orange soda? That was my favorite show. Love orange soda. I don't love orange soda. I love orange. And then like you start.
Nah, we was at BFF. He was down in Sunkist.
All right. That's all they had. Like orange Gatorade.
Orange Gatorade. Mad Fago. You was drinking.
You was paying attention. You watched too much. But like, so it got to a point where like I thought about it, and then I started thinking like mentally, like, okay, Jay-Z got blue. Well, Nipsey got blue now. And then like, you know, Barbie got pink. Like the UPS workers got brown. Like the colors speak loud.
Right.
And green is money. So I'm like, what color can I adapt? And I just went back to what I knew. I knew orange already. I was like, ooh. Like right before V-Lone got popping, I went to orange and I was like, whatever. Now they packed up, so I'm good. But Harlem, the Bronx, I fuck with you. I'm sorry, but you got a new brand now. You got a new brand. It's not orange. So I like them sneakers too. So if you want to send it,
hey, they still rocking V-Lone, man. I saw V-Lone yesterday.
At the time, it was very heavy.
No,
and my friends used to cut my ass like, the nigga stole your color. I'm like, damn. But orange is just, and then like orange ties into New York.
Yeah.
Orange, the New York teams, and then orange even is the creative chakra, is the middle chakra. Like everything that started
aligning.
I'm born in October, you know, Halloween, orange and black. It just worked. And I was like, damn, I got to stay. So I just got to a point, the new orange iPhone dropped, everybody sends it to me. You need this. And I'm
you
like,
definitely need it.
I'm like, damn, I got a 16. I don't need I got an orange case. I don't know if I need another one. So that was the orange story.
Even I need the orange. Orange iPhone.
Everybody needs a little orange in their life. Like ops like that, right? Like that was actually like my mindset. I was like, when I was doing the orange, I was like, I want to paint the town orange. I want, like, immediately when people see orange, they think about me, and it worked.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just like, wow. And I never like said it vocally. I never said it out loud. I just like was very intentional, and it worked.
I think that's where it aligns better, right? If you're not just like, I'm gonna be orange. Everything's
like,
orange.
I was just orange, and people just fucked with it. And then, you know, for the most part, like it just happens, and it works. It's comfortable. It's my go-to. It's my default. I sprinkled a little orange in the outfit, not even on purpose. Just I seen the black ass in the orange. I was like, well, you know who gonna win. And that was just it. So, but yeah, I like that. And then now, if you want to go to the first,
what's your first kicks? What's that first pair of sneakers?
The first shoe that I really obsessed over.
Yeah,
you wouldn't believe it. The Randy Moss Super Freaks.
Oh, I'm gonna have
black
to look
and
those up.
silver. You won't even know. So back in those days, it was you either did OG Jordans, and then there's Team Jordans.
Yeah.
When I'm old enough. Don't guess my age. I'm old enough to remember when Team Jordan was basically just Eddie Jones. That's all people knew Team Jordan as. Then it started going to other people. Randy Moss was one of the first people to go Team Jordan, and he dropped these white and black shoes called the Super Freaks, and then he dropped another version that was black. And that was the first time I liked the football. He was my first favorite football player, and I was just obsessed. It had this nice zipper. Like, looking at it now, it's not like the prettiest shoe, but it was just something that was so different. That was the first time I went. I feel like I like that sneaker means a lot to me because the first time I went on like a fashionable left.
Yeah.
Like, it was not dictated by nobody else. That and like the 15s. But I went there and I remember like crying because I wanted those for Christmas. Crying tears like a little bitch. Crying. Asking my mom is Jamaican. She don't know shit about shit.
I need to hear the accent. What's she telling you, man?
Why you want them boot them? Can't get them. All right, mom, sorry. But like, yo, little boy, I cry. You want the thing? So I begged her to ask my aunt. My aunt worked in the city. And she figured it out. And I got them. And I was over the moon. I don't know if I buy them again now. Maybe just for nostalgia purpose, but
you gotta have one in the studio.
That was like, I like to tell those stories now. It's like, yeah, that was like one of those things that a lot of people would never even think about, but that meant a lot to me.
No, yeah, that I gotta look at that.
You gotta look it up.
It's
funny.
Remember that.
And that's the thing I hate about now because of the internet and everything else is that the stories that are being told are like glossed over because I know the energy it was for that time. Yeah. I know how important it was. I like even now when I look at Air Jordan 1s, I'm like, there was a time where no one is buying this shit.
Yeah.
So like to see it now, I'm just like, how were they able to flip the script? And it's kind of amazing. Not like the 11s. The 11s was automatic.
Yeah, automatic. That's all. Every Christmas, he was like, yo, I need 11s. I need 11s.
Automatic.
Yeah.
And it's like, even to see myself get like turned by, you know, the crowd and popularity, like the 3s, I never liked the black ones. But now I like the black 3s. Cement 3s are my favorite. But I had the white cement like 6 times. And I think that's what will tell you what your favorite sneaker is because I had that like 3-4 times. I had Royal Foams 3-4 times, and the same thing for the black and red Panthers. I had those 3-4 times, so I know those are my favorites.
I'm like maybe the total opposite of that.
Whoa, what I mean?
Because like I don't think I've ever bought a sneaker over again, like a retro of a retro.
See, but like now, I don't think it. Remember,
maybe like but I bought the Bread 4s, but like because my Bread 4s broke in half.
I think it's because like we're older now and the accessibility is up. This is like a lot of these things happened before, like maybe right when only Flight Club existed.
Yeah,
the first one when they sold used ones by NYU. But before that, it was like I'm trying to get shoes. I'm getting lucky and going into the random stores in other states to go get the shoe again.
Yeah.
So now it's just like you just gonna go anywhere and go Google and get it and pay.
Yeah.
A band and the shit break in a week, but you know.
How did sneaker culture find you?
I really, all right, you know what it is? I always didn't give a fuck. Like Power Ranger, Converses, Pro Kids. I love Pro Kids. That was the first shoe I used to cry for. Light Up LA Gears. I never got them and I always wanted them. I'm gonna make a Light Up sneaker just because I never had an LA Gear. But
and then you get stopped at BFF next year.
Yeah, listen, I'm watch. Y'all gonna be like, yo, that damn, I hope don't steal the idea, y'all, because I know y'all niggas.
Jumping in just to thank you for listening to this week's episode with Mugzy. I hope you've been enjoying it. But if you really love to help out the podcast, please hit that like, maybe leave a comment on the episode. You can even comment, just my first kicks. It would just help the podcast tremendously. And also, do not forget to hit that subscribe button. It will go a long way. And if you're listening to this on any audio platforms, leave a review. I will start reading them. Any new ones, because the last one is from 2024. So if you drop a review on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, I will read it on the podcast at the end with the Patreon shoutouts. And speaking of Patreon, if you want to help out the podcast even more and go the extra mile, sign up for Patreon at patreon.com/myfirstkicks. I got 2 tiers, $3 tier, $5 tier. $5 tier has extra content, new episodes, Patreon specific episodes, and it'll just go a really long way. But back to the episode.
But like it ties to like my futuristic like look on footwear. I think it'd be really dope. But the first shoe that made me realize that footwear mattered so much were the Air Jordan 10s, the powder blue.
Yeah.
It wasn't like a big deal. I feel like the 8s were passed, the 9 was kind of quiet, and then like you weren't sure if Jordan was coming back, and those came out, and I got them for discount. It was my back to school shoes. That's how you know what it was. Like it was back to school shoes, and I didn't like blue. I liked red before the gang affiliates started coming out. But I liked blue, and I went to school, and everybody like, oh yeah, they loved it. Like that's when the sneaker culture was like building in school. People spoke about clothes.
Yeah.
Before that, I wear N1. I didn't care.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Whatever
N1
did have a time.
No, N1 definitely
had a time.
Yo, somebody posted. I forgot who it was. What account posted? But they posted all the shirt designs. I missed them.
That was a time. No, I know somebody working with N1, and I'm definitely if they want help to bring that back, I am your man. Yeah. I love that.
I love that.
But the powder blues,
yeah.
Again, like the same story as the TNs, I couldn't wear, like I didn't have anything to wear with them. I had 2 shirts and they were white. So it was like, your mom, you mess up your good school shoes, you're gonna get a beating. So it's like they were mostly white, left them alone. So when I pulled those out, it just made me realize, wait, at the time, these days, no one cared about your outfit. It was a shoe.
It was
like
shoes for sure.
And that just kind of bust my mata. Like, I gotta start looking. So I started watching, going in stores, and are you shopping? I want to go where they sell sneakers, and I'm trying to get stuff like that. That's when they had I don't know when this happened, when mids wasn't in, but when Air Force One mids with a little strap and the metallic logo check, those went platinum. I had
those are my joint, bro. I love mids.
The green with the red and the I might try them now. It might be a little forceful, but those were kingpin.
I mean, I talked about this pair on here before, but there was and I'm still trying to find them, but I know I'm never going to be able to find them.
If you find them, they're going to break.
I mean, yes, because this was definitely in the 90s when I got them, and it was like a pair of mids. It was like blue and gray, and I mean, yes.
Oh, with the white and the...
Nah.
No white at all? No white accent?
No white accent. It was literally like navy blue. It was mostly
navy blue. Oh, I know
and
the other.
then-
I know the opposite.
Yeah.
I know.
Seen that. I've been trying to get those because I was like,
I know those. I know those.
Yeah.
I know the gray opposite of it. Those blue ones, I don't think I've ever seen those in person.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
and it's like
rare.
all leather, and it's like,
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
but
man.
Damn.
I want those shoes. I want them back so bad.
Those and the gray ones are actually pretty. Those mids could get away with it.
Yeah,
you can rock with those.
Yeah. But yeah, I was just like, I loved mids until DJ Clark Kent said, if you wear mids, that's nasty work.
Clark, man.
Rest in peace, man.
He was bugging a little bit right there. I'm also a person where we at now, I feel like you should just go left. Like,
oh yeah,
everything is Clone Wars now. You might as well have your own, say so pathway.
That's
everything
fire.
can't.
I like everything's Clone Wars. No, that's fire.
What?
That's fire. I like that you said everything's Clone Wars now.
That's actually I stand by that. Like, I actually want to make a shirt where it's like legit. Like, we won't ever be fashion forward until we break some rules. Like, it's so, like, back in the day, like me, Tips and us in the crew and Noel, like, when we all wearing the same thing, it's like, bro, no change. Now it's like, yo, if I had to go and get the Jordans early, not telling you where I'm getting it from because I got to have it myself. And now it's like 30 people in the spot with Awake 5s.
Yeah.
Like, I don't feel special. And
is that why you wore you wore your shoes?
Well, see, now I think we need to be intentional because I almost wore my Air Max. I almost wore my 9.5s. But I'm like, you know what? It is Black Footwear Forum. I'm black and I make footwear. Why not wear it to the forum?
Yeah.
I mean, intentional.
Yeah.
And believe it or not, no one believes me. I don't like attention, but I can deal with it. I've learned to like it now. So I'll go in and it's like, I got the new flare pants. I got my hair with all this shiny shit. I got my clogs, and I'm like, I can feel people looking at me. I see people whispering, and it's like, huh? But then somebody comes, oh, you look amazing. Where you got that from? It's like, I made it. And they're like, yeah. But that, I don't think we have it no more where someone looks at your feet and they're like, oh, I know what those are.
Yeah.
Like, even with what you have on, like, I never seen those.
Yeah. Because these are not out yet. Hey, shout out to Hoka.
Flex.
Shout out to Hoka. The U Project transport. Shout out to
it's not an ad, but it could be.
Exactly.
but like, I think it has to be like the off the mannequin thing is disgraceful. Like, if I could just look at your, like, I don't know where to find none of the stuff you have.
Yeah.
And I like that. I like that. Like, it should be like, no, you weren't there. Make your shoes have a little age, a little exclusivity, because I been had it, or you can't get it.
No, yeah.
Like, you come in with a full outfit, and I could just go get it right now. Nah. And like with the internet, there's
that's coming from somebody who sells clothes.
I sell clothes, so like even to the point where like I have to balance between like, do I make a bunch of units to make a bunch of money, or do I kind of keep it limited and do it spots? And that's where I kind of want to go now, where it's like, okay, I have a couple of things in one retailer or at one time, and pull a Supreme where it's like, yo, these make and you'll never get it again. Because I have enough ideas to keep going.
Yeah. I definitely wanted, since we touched on BFF, I definitely wanted to talk about it a little bit because, you know.
This is your first time.
It was my first time. I was so amped after I left, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
oh my God.
I don't know, because you've been last year,
Yeah.
and like this year, it definitely feels like they amped it up a lot more. So I want to know what you took away from it.
I mean, every time I go there, the hunger goes higher and higher to like do more, and I get like re-inspired to do more with my footwear, because footwear is like it's not top heavy in my brand, but it's what made me be a designer. I love footwear, and I have my cyber clogs, which are like my staple piece, and I'm like, I might go some places and it's really hard for people to understand, but a place like that where people work for all these huge companies and they come to me and they're like, yo, what are those? Those are amazing. And it's like, yeah, you went to school for this. I just like clothes and I figured it out.
Yeah.
And I have my own silhouette. I have a couple of my own silhouettes. That's crazy. And it's like, oh, I like your shirt. I made that. I like your pants. I made that. It's like, nigga, who are you? And I love it. And then like, even like,
do you? Because I didn't ask you this when we were there. Do you give out business cards? Or like,
I it's funny. The first day I left it, the second day I brought it.
Yeah.
But I'd rather like, honestly, like business cards are a thing of the past. Some people still take it, but I was like, you'd rather give you my Instagram, you'll get a lot.
Yeah,
you'll really,
for sure.
Like I treat my Instagram like a business account. Like you're gonna see my traveling, my fashion, my creative, my vision, for the most part, my raw, real emotions. I think it's enough you'll gather from me. And even though I think I'm better than my Instagram account, I don't think everybody lives that way, but I think you'll get enough.
Yeah.
But like I was saying, the place, it was amazing. It inspired me. And then even my friend Jameson speaking on a panel.
Former guest, Jameson.
Yeah. Like we were there last year and it's like he came to me like, yo, you got to be on a panel next year.
Yeah.
And he ended up being on one. I'm like, look, you're there. And it's like, I got a lot to say too. I mean, but I know how musical chairs it is, and like you certain people have to know who you are.
Yeah.
And I'm never against working to earn my keep. So it's like cool.
I mean, yeah, when I was there, I was like, I want to get on the panel next year too. Yeah. But I did have a conversation. There might be there might be New York chapter.
Okay. Oh wait. Oh, they already have a New York chapter. Or they're building one.
They have one,
but it's not as big as that one.
No. Yeah. So like we were talking about it because like I want to bring the presence of like media. Like this is considered media, and I think it was like something that was missing. Like they talked about culture. They talked about like the content a little bit out there. They talk about a lot about the footwear design. Yeah. Working in the industry, and I thought that like it was missing. Like the media aspect of like how stuff gets covered, how people talk about, you know.
Holla at him. That's a real good angle.
Yeah. So
see this guy. Watch this guy.
Yeah. Yes, please watch and like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe. You see, I thought I was being shady. That's exactly what we meant.
But like it was interesting, especially because when you see how much love that J-Tips get.
Yes.
You know.
So like even that, like that's my best friend, that's my brother. So it's like I like seeing him go the first year, like, yo, you need to be there, and then going the next year, and then like seeing the love there after, and it's like, yo, like our camp, our area, we could get this. This is obtainable. It's right there, and that's like the highest of the high. And it also is in a place where you don't get that conversation every day.
Right.
I could go into that place and have 20 of those conversations, and outside of that, I might not get 20 of those in 3 years.
Yeah.
And real good conversation, deep, insightful, energy, inspiring conversation. It's tough. It's really, really tough. So like, I like that. Like I could be in a room with April Walker, somebody, or Nike exec, Adidas exec, somebody from Converse, somebody that owns a bunch of retail stores.
Yeah.
It's really, really dope. Like it's really, really dope to see. And I'm like, yeah, it inspires you. And then like, sometimes we're like isolated, we're in the box where it's like, either you're in a room where you're better than everyone, or you're in a room where no one understands you. That's usually how it is. So to be there where it's like, I could just be a fly on the wall. Like I'm amazing, but these people are amazing too. And they've been amazing longer than me. I like that. I'd rather be at the bottom than the top of the room, because then I'm in the wrong room.
True. You got to be, especially if you're in a room where other people are more inspirational to you or whatever, like that does make you level up your game. You're like, all right, next time I'm moving up in this room.
Exactly.
You know, that one thing I made that joke the first night. I made a joke the first night. Everybody just cut me for this. But I was like, it felt good to not be the darkest person in the room.
Look at this man. Look at this man.
Yo, I'm not like light skin. You know?
Fuck with you. So I'm gonna leave that alone, because
yes, I understand that. But that says something though.
No, I understand.
You know what I mean?
It's funny. I understand what you're saying. It was just baffled to hear you say that. But trust me, I get it all the time. Like I go into rooms and it's like I just had a community board meeting right before this, and I was the youngest and the darkest in the room. And it's like, yo, these guys been in business for 40, 50 years, and I'm not even that old.
Yeah.
And it's like for me, like for the future, it starts with the roots, and like I need to be there. Like for the New York, our New York gang, I needed to be at Black Footwear Forum. You trying to bring it here, like it's needed.
Yeah.
Like I see CultureCon coming in, and it's like, no one has ever reached me.
Same. Nobody's reached me.
And I think that's horrible. Like I feel like when it comes to the culture of New York City, I'm there.
Yeah,
I'm on
you
that
are.
list somewhere, and I think that's crazy. And it kind of bothers me because with BFF, I feel like you can look and see who's the head of it, and they connect.
Yeah.
But with CultureCon, I don't know who it is. I'm not taking any shots, but it's like you're not reaching as far as you should with New York. I know it's a lot of politics, but one thing I hate about New York specifically is that everything that happens in New York has to do with outsiders.
Yeah.
Not necessarily New Yorkers. That's why I hate New York Fashion Week, because there's no brands from New York really a part of New York Fashion Week, which I'm gonna change.
Hey.
So I'm gonna make my own. And You got to build your own table. Fuck sitting at your table. I'm gonna build my own table. Like, I'll have a show. I'll have a presentation. I'll have an event for the people in New York. Because why people coming from Wyoming and coming here and
do a whole...
It's not New York Fashion Week. It's a fashion week in New York.
Yeah. I mean, look, I will say I did go to one show.
Nah, go.
I went to Keem Studios. No, I went to Keem Studios. I went to the one New York. Yeah, I went to the one New York show.
All right.
You know, like that which was extremely crazy. He freaking shut down the whole block.
That's fire.
Sweet chick.
Yes.
He was like,
I see. Oh yeah, I think you showed it to me.
Yeah.
I love that. See, that's real. That's raw. That's New York outside. That I love that. That's real energy.
But it's funny you said that too, because you were saying that at the Black Footwear Forum about like the outsideness of like people that are coming here and being like, yeah, I'm part of this. But when we were there, it just felt like one thing that I just wanted to really pinpoint is just like, instead of like us feeling like outsiders in those like the cons and all that stuff, it's like, nah. We're here. We are here. Like, because Complex Con, right? That's just feels like everybody just buying shit.
Yeah.
It's not really like about
community.
Yeah.
Like I think that's one of the few things I go to that I feel community based. Mm-hmm. And as much as there is corporations involved, it doesn't feel corporation driven.
Yeah.
Like Art Basel is getting to the part where even though I still like Art Basel, they kind of have a good mixture of like people throwing their own events and stuff like that. But like it kind of moved a little bit further from the art, which, you know, it can fix. And all these things I'm talking about, I have plans to fix these.
Yeah.
So just watch. I promise you, just watch. But I feel like once, it's kind of like, I compare everything to basketball and music. It's kind of like your favorite artist, their first album is usually their hungriest album, but once they start having to, you know, go for radio hits and all that stuff, the music gets whacked.
Oh yeah.
And I feel like with all like a Complex, Sneaker Con, the Culture Con, and all this stuff, and it's like now Culture Con just came out of nowhere, and it's just like, is it really culture, or are you just throwing that name because that's a strong name?
Yeah.
I don't know, and I hate it.
I will say that Family Food Fest was dope, though.
No, see, but that, I feel like it's a lot harder to fake that.
Yeah.
Because it's food. Like, you gotta engage.
Yeah.
Someone just popping them out of nowhere and saying they make food today is just kind of tough.
Yeah.
And like, there's proof in the pudding. I could be in a Culture Con and something and just tell you something, and you can walk away believing it because I speak well. But if I don't cook well or have a business, it ain't gonna stay. Food is a little bit different. You could actually have. It's not just subjective. Like, if your food is dirt, it's dirt.
No, yeah, and I mean, food is a language itself, but sneakers are a language. Sneakers are a language as well. And then like we're talking about events, but you throw your own event, so you know we got to talk about McFly Fest.
Oh yes.
What was it like? What gives you the inspiration to start that, and then this last year was just crazy,
okay.
Right?
So what it is that I feel like we all criticize, we all speak. There's a bunch of podcasters. I don't think a lot of people are fucking with you. I'm just telling you that straight up.
No, thank you.
I have my own podcast, and I love yours 1,000 times better than mine.
Damn.
I'm honest. I don't play that. I'm straight and narrow. I love.
Yeah, my heart jump out my chest just now, just so you know, because that was crazy. I thought you.
No, it's the truth. I love who you have.
Yeah.
I love the setup. I love the neighborhood. Yeah. Like I love it. It's just right. And every time you posted anything, I watch clips. I've never watched a full episode, but I watch multiple clips. But I'm gonna because I'm learning to weed out what I feed myself mentally.
Yeah.
You'll be one of the people that I'll just go back and watch my favorite ones. Like I think Jeff Staple used to have one like that.
Yeah,
that was just audio. I used to only listen to audio.
And
I want to start. No offense. I don't need to listen to Joe and Jada podcast.
Nah.
And nothing against them because you make your money, but it's like, we know this is something that was formulated to make money, to get. It's like, no, like Mason Kim, it was more raw, legit.
Yeah.
What you do is more raw, legit. What I was trying to do was more raw, legit. And there's just people that just do it because they hear. They want attention. They want to be in the. No.
Yeah.
But McFly Fest. So McFly Fest is my answer to the New York problem. I feel like we don't have New York outside no more. There's New York summer. I think New York summer is undefeated.
Yeah.
But we need to fix that. So McFly Fest is like a gumbo pot of like everything I'm interested in. Small businesses. I have over 50, 60 vendors in the neighborhood or even outside of even in New York. I also think that there's a very scary gray area with musicians where, you know, if you're just starting out or you're an industry plant, there's no of the I grind hard and I get a stage, because how are you going to become that? Because even some of the people that's there, they can't perform. How do you get there?
Yeah.
So I supply a stage, legit build a stage on football fields for artists. I had Zeddy Will and Cash Cobain. Cash Cobain came out for free by accident.
That was crazy.
Amazing. Shout out to him.
Shout out, man.
Shout out to Cash, because that price tag is high and I got it for free. I don't know if it's going to ever happen again, but God bless your heart. Zeddy's an amazing performer.
Yeah.
So
Zeddy blowing up, man.
It's funny because I made that call. Well, Tips helped me make that call. I made that call when he only had one song before the album came out. And I'm like, I love his energy. I'm a bet on it. And I don't know if I ever get that booking price again, but we got a good relationship. We's on stage, you know. But I feel like look at I hate Summer Jam. Sorry.
Yeah, I've been hating.
I hate Summer Jam Powerhouse because it's like we know it's a money grab.
Yeah.
It's not a moment where Cam, Mace, Fab, Jay-Z, and all these people they're not coming there to do anything.
Yeah.
It's just a bunch of headliners, but we get piece and piece. It's not like we're gonna get a full-fledged great performance by one person. It's gonna be one person, 60 people from the entourage, loud, bad mic, bad this, not a good performance, get off. I got my paycheck.
Yeah.
No, we need it. Music is the most disrespected art form there is.
Yeah.
And
agreed.
I'm trying to fix that by building my own stage. Then on top of that, I add the kids. So I think like for the most part, grassroots, we start with the kids. There's nothing for kids anymore. The circus and the fair, there's barely any of that, period. So I have the blow up inflatables, sometimes clowns paint faces. And this year I added the kids fashion show.
Yeah.
And I know there's so much kids that love that. And it's like, I didn't really know that you could be in fashion until I was in my late 20s. If we could get these kids started at 8, 9, we could change the world.
Yo, and that creativity is going to start
early, it blessed my heart to hear like someone like tell me like, yo, that night was my kid's first time walking into the show and at a concert. And I'm like, wow. And then like to see the kids end up in shows after bookings with companies and like actual Fashion Week stuff, it makes my heart feel amazing. So it's like I'm solving problems. The kids don't have nothing here. The business don't have nothing here. The musicians don't have nothing here. And on top of that, the Bronx. I need my neighborhood to have this because no offense, we in Brooklyn right now, but everything's in Barclays. Everything's in Barclays.
Yeah.
And it's like, it was Barclays or Jersey. It's like, when is this stuff gonna be in my neighborhood?
The only thing that's in the Bronx that I've been to was that hip hop
at the Yankee Stadium, right?
No.
Hip hop museum.
No, I do got to go there.
Okay,
but it was like all the OGs.
Rock the Bells.
No, they moved that to Forest Hills.
See, we lost everything.
Where is it? What is it? It was like the OGs. I'm talking about, and it was at like Lehman College or something.
Okay, yes, I know you're talking.
I don't know the name of it.
I don't know the name of it either. But see,
it's like Crush Groove or some shit.
But like even that, it wasn't amplified in the way it needs to. And I feel like we have a problem where we take from a river and bring it somewhere else and then sell bottled water.
Yeah.
If all of this stuff comes from the Bronx, why doesn't the Bronx have a staple in it? Why doesn't music live in the Bronx to that extent? So I go by the local school and be like, yo, I want to throw a concert on your field. And every time I've done every place I've done McFly Fest, ironic enough, started with an M. All the places started with an M, which is crazy. I noticed that this year and I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Mangleville, Mount St. Michael, Memorial Field. I'm like, oh, wow, I'm killing it right now.
That's it. It's only M Fields.
And the M Fields, right? So, but like for someone to come to me like, yo, I could just walk here.
Yeah.
Like, we need that. And I was like, I want to restore the feeling. So I solve problems with events. So McFly Fest is just the thing where I think it has enough space for sponsors, it has enough space to be 2 days, has enough space for community. And not every event needs to be everybody included, but there has to be something where you could bring your mother, you could bring your grandmother, you could bring your kid, you could bring your spouse, you could bring your girlfriend, boyfriend, sister, whatever. And that's the only thing I could think of that everyone can go to.
No,
I don't know of anything else in New York that I think you could go to and just have a full day.
That what you're building is amazing, and I think is absolutely missed in the community where it's like you're just wishing that like somebody would start or you started yourself, but you actually.
But that's the thing, like we noticed like during the summer, there's no barbecues, there's no nothing because we're the new adults and we're doing a horrible job. We're doing a horrible fucking job.
You're 100% right.
And that's why like I started thinking about it like, okay, you notice the problem, who's going to do it? You can't just complain. Everybody complaining, I'm going to just do it. Mm-hmm. That's been my vision in life. Like, okay, there's a problem, I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
And that's just where it's been. Like, I feel like, fuck it. I'll just go about. It's tough though, because like people don't understand like, we live in a time of instant gratification where we just don't see the work. Mm-hmm. And then, you do a festival. Yeah, by myself. Mm-hmm. No sponsors, no nothing, no backing, no financial backing. It's me, lose it. And I will tell you, I lose tens of thousands of dollars every year from this festival that I don't get to touch. But that's just to make sure that I make the right event.
Yeah. But I mean, it's more fulfilling.
No, it is. Yeah. It absolutely is. It's just so much because if it goes great, it goes great and everybody can take their piece. But if it goes horrible, it's all on me.
Yeah.
Like I don't think a lot of people understand that. Like there's always a higher up to blame. I don't live that life. I don't have that courtesy. It's just me.
Yeah.
It's tough.
What is it like when because I feel like you're in a creative group.
Yes.
Everybody does something. You know?
Yes.
Outside of Robbie. He don't do anything.
Rob, I did not agree to that. I did not.
He told me to say that before we got on the episode. Oh man. You gotta it's your own people.
Rob,
man.
send my sneakers.
But you're in a creative group. But nah, Robbie does do mad stuff.
Of course.
Yeah. And like, how does that fuel you to keep being better?
So I tell people, like, you think about, it's funny, I seen something on Instagram, I had to ask people, like, how many friend groups do you have? Mm-hmm. Like, you gotta think about it. Like, I think we all kind of have a multiple amount of friend groups. Like, I have my basketball friend group. Mm-hmm. Then I have, like, my local, we all live in the same area, kind of grew up together friend group. And then I have my creative group. And it kind of all stems from, like, tips because we grew up together. And then, like, everybody else, we kind of all grew up together, but then we built. And it got to a point where, like, we just the people from our creative groups that stay creative.
Yeah.
We went into this lane. So I think every creative needs that. Mm-hmm. Like, you need both, actually. Or maybe even more than that. Because, like, the basketball group, like, Noel ain't playing no basketball. He ain't playing no basketball. So I need that group to keep me on that level of grounding and escape.
Tips is like...
Nah, Tips could play ball. It's been a long time. He swear he could be... You can't. Design the sneakers, my boy.
Yeah.
Design the sneakers, my boy. But yeah, he never designed basketball sneakers. That's a reason.
Yo.
He'll get there. He'll get there. But
we need Saucony to drop a basketball sneaker.
Yeah, but that's the thing. It's like that group, the basketball thing is like an escape. Whereas like, okay, I put on my phone, I'm just being about basketball competitiveness. I could get release, raw, male dominance, energy, get out. Then there's like my local friends where they might not understand the business, but just having a laugh, just living regular life, hearing about the kids and the family being built, that's there. And then these, even though we do mixture, like me, Noel, Tips, and us, like we do have the mixture, but it mainly being about, all right, we got a trip, we got a pop-up, where Tips could tell me something about a business that he only could probably say to me, or sometimes Noel's. Like we only us would speak that, yo, we both at Blackwear Footwear Forum in the auditorium before things, and we on our laptops because he got some graphics to do, I got a graphics to do. We both working on decks.
Yeah.
And it's like, we can understand. We're not even talking. We're just there. All right, I'm gonna go get some chips, you're gonna get some water. And we're just working. We're both with book bags. And it's like, we can understand that. But the other person might not understand that.
No, yeah. And then like, I mean, yeah, when we was there, like Tips was like, yeah, I'm making a flyer. I'm like, you making a flyer right now? Yeah, like you was just on stage talking.
But you see, but like that's just the thing. Like we know and we're obsessive with the stuff where it's like, if I had my laptop in front of me, I need this. So I bring my laptop with me. And it's funny, all three of us, that same day, we were all across. Even Kat. All four of us had our laptops out because we all working. And on different things. And it's crazy, like, to really see it like, yo, like, but you need that. Like, I think that's kind of one of the bonds that grew with me and Tips is that we were those guys where it was on the left. We was on the left side. And it kind of became popular later on, but it's like, that's what it was. Like, we were able to understand where we come from, the family dynamic, people not understanding, not having a job, not being secure in a job, this being all it is, the making, the breaking, the falls, the losing people. We've been through it all together, even losing each other. So you need that. You need someone that just understands without any words.
Yeah, I recently, this was like a couple years that where I've actually been in like a creative friend group. I've been always been trying to find it, and that's
it finds you.
Yeah, that's true.
Nah, it does. What I was telling somebody today, because they was like they wanted to get into music, and I was like, you got to go to concerts, you got to go to studio, you need to be surrounded by it. Like the more and more you surround by it, it just happens. Like I'm gonna invite you to a fashion show, I'm gonna invite you to this. And then you start getting closer and closer to like-minded individuals till it gets to a point where it's like, I could tap into this source anytime.
Yeah, exactly.
Like Tips and them is like the only people I speak to, I might see or be on the phone with every day.
Yeah.
Every day, because we always got some shit to understand, even when it's not close, because we understand how a relationship could go with living this kind of life of traveling and designing and being up late and being in the warehouse or the studio this late. So
no, yeah, it's tough because like, yeah, my boy who helps me with the podcast, D, he's on tour right now.
Yeah.
And so like he's been helping, like we're putting out shirts and stuff. It's been insane, right? And so like that, I didn't find that until later in my life. And I've always been searching because I went to school for, graphic design.
I didn't know that.
Like,
great.
Yeah.
Nice.
And so I was never really believing in myself until recently. So that's where we are.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm one of those.
I get it.
But
I don't blame you.
Yeah. But it's just interesting. Like you're around somebody. Well, you're around Tips, which I'm just like, if he was in my friend group, like we were talking every single day, like that would put the crazy battery.
There's the thing that people don't understand is that you don't just find that. We built that friend group.
Yeah.
It's just we weren't as creative. We were friends way before we were this creative.
Yeah, for sure.
We built that. Like I met Tips before he was rapping.
Mm-hmm.
It was just like, yo, you got sneakers? Yo, that guy down the block got more sneakers than you. What? Fuck around, he had more sneakers than me. I was like, fuck it. You got those? Let me go to your house and see them right now. And that just became my man. So from then, we just been there.
And Noel got more sneakers than both of us.
Noel, that don't count, man. He don't pay for shit. But nah, like, see, when we was going crazy in Foot Locker, I go pick up Noel too and meet me in the back. My first pop-up was with Noel. My first collaboration was with Noel. So, I have a story with him, like where we both started our brands the first year. He was the last straw for me to start my brand.
Yeah.
Because I was complaining to him about me having ideas. And he said, yo, I'm about to start a brand. I said, yo, Noel. I said, yo, I can't be a part of your brand. He said, no, nigga, make your own. And I'm like, wait. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
And I did it. Thanks, Noel. Always give him credit for that. So it's like, he's always been that stern and like just straightforward. And hey, like, he didn't like say, oh, I'm believing you could do anything. No, go do your own.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, tough love. But you're right.
But is it tough love?
It is. Well, yeah, it is tough.
I wouldn't say that was tough love.
No, you got to
like,
the mannerisms.
I know. Well, I heard it in Noel's.
I'm feeling all type of ways. And then you tell me you have an option that I have, and you tell me, no, well, same way he dated you, I'm going to do you. Go somewhere else. It's like, damn, bro. Shit.
Yeah.
I thought we was lit right here. We friends.
Yeah.
But no. But then like there's ways.
You're right. It's interesting because
like being a creative, we are, believe it or not, we are sensitive.
Very.
Like everything I make is my child. So when you don't like my child, like I made this.
No,
it came from here.
There was this one time, I'm gonna tell you this, and this is my thought, my train of thought with my everything that I do.
Oh God. Yeah.
Right? There was one time I was in high school and somebody was telling me the story. It's like, yo, yeah, we was at such and such like a store and somebody barked at my mom and I turned and I yelled at that person. It's like, no, what the fuck's wrong with you, right? It's like, I'm the only one that can bark at my mom. And then that's where I was like, I remember that story only because every time I make something, I'm like, I'm the only one that can call it trash.
Yeah. No, it's tough. And you have to live I always tell anyone that wants to get into the creative field, you must learn to be in a place where you can live with not everybody liking it, because everyone cannot like what you do.
Yeah.
And we live in a place where most people don't even know what they like, especially now, Clone Wars era. No one knows what they like. So you have to make them like it, honestly. And that's why nowadays I try to solve problems with designs, or I think art. I think art story, because you don't like the story, go read another book. It's cool.
Yeah.
If I'm trying to chase a trend, then I'm lost, because you need them to like it.
Yeah.
So I've learned that. And I think that's what it is with creative people. It's really hard. Like I'll put a graphic in my regular group chat and they just don't understand, or they don't say anything. And it's like, damn, like I'm hurt.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
say something.
This not for even y'all.
Yeah.
But I mean, don't get it fucked up. Tips in the wall, they ain't too much different. But But you'll know. Like they'll know that they fuck with you to the extent.
Yeah.
They're a little bit more tough love with stuff too. Like,
I mean, so like I've been doing this podcast for 5 years. I remember when I first started and I was hoping like, oh yeah, people were sharing my stuff, people were sharing my stuff. But like I always approached it with like, nah, I want to earn it.
That's actually what one of my newest stylists, and I was asking to help with like clothing. He's like, yo, I'm not gonna lie, write them because you'll feel so much better that they fucked with you off of your own merit than anybody else.
Mm-hmm.
And I stood on that. Like, yo, if I want something, if I don't get it, it's because I didn't work for it or it wasn't for me. Mm-hmm. One or the other, and that's it. I'm always gonna do the work.
Yeah, you got to do
above
the work.
And beyond.
I definitely want to talk about this. What the hell happened outside of your studio?
Which part?
Whatever part you could talk about.
Wait, hold on. Wait, what incident are you talking about?
I remember it was like a cop.
Oh, yeah. So I live in the Bronx.
Yeah.
Very nice community-based place. But nah, things happen. It was late night. There must have been like a shooting right there. I don't know how you guys, some people have that app that warns you
Citizen?
about every. I could never.
Do it.
I don't. My anxiety is too high.
Yeah, I'll just be walking along like, nah.
Sleeping and then shoot out in front of you. No. And like, the funny thing about it is that one, it said my studio's address.
Yeah.
So people are concerned. Like even my friend's mother was like, your friend. And I'm like, no, I'm good. And I look back at the video and you see it, but it kind of happens off camera. And then like the most amount of cops ever just pulled up to my spot. Like, I'm like, yo, you could look at my camera and send them what I had. Like, yo, I don't have, like, you can't get nothing off of this. And it's like, it was just a lot. But being on White Plains Road in the Bronx is what you expect. It's right. Yo, we are so desensitized to mad stuff.
Yeah,
just
for real.
Regular.
We talked about that on here. It's just like, yeah, we see so much stuff that we just think is regular.
Like, it's really, like, I legit, like today I came down and there was like a guy with like all his belongings, one shoe. He had on Air Jordan 3s. I don't know, a homeless man with some fresh Air Jordan 3s. 1 foot off, socks with no holes either. Just passed out in front of like the door next door. And I'm just like, just kept it pushing. Let me leave my car. He having a good nap. Let me leave him alone. It's just regular. And like the whole world just keeps going.
Yeah.
Busy avenue. And it's like, oh yeah, all right, cool. Like, damn, like New York shit. I don't know.
This is crazy, bro. I was like, I remember you posted that, and I was like, damn. I don't know if it was Bronx 12. Was it Bronx 12 that posted it, or was that like actual news?
I think I don't know if it was news, but I'm not gonna lie. I'm like, yo, can I still get inside my studio? All right, cool. I'm gonna work. It don't matter what's going on. Like, I really like legit. Like, sometimes I'll be in the studio and somebody write me like, you good? And I'm like, no. They're like, there's shots went off. I was like, I'm sitting right here. I heard nothing. But I might be so off my shit that I block it out. Yeah. Because I'm right under the train and I don't hear the train at all. Because I just block it out.
You just be tunnel vision.
Tunnel vision. I'm like, I got to get this order ready. Fuck all that.
What I definitely want to know, like, how did it feel like to actually be able to open your own studio?
Well, I've been in the places because I think you don't skip no steps. I came from being in a storage unit, then being like in the basement of a hair salon. Then I was actually in a mall. That was real interesting before COVID, and then they shut down, and they told me they were shutting down. So I started looking for a new place, and I always wanted to be on White Plains Road. That's my block. I always wanted to be there, and I drove past. I found a space, and it meant the world to me because. Like, it's funny, even Tip's son, like, he'll go to school up the block and he'll come and he'll see the sign and tell me later, like, I drove past and I seen your sign. And it's like, I need that. Like, I need you to see that these businesses, the mom and pop stuff before the gentrification and all that stuff, that someone you know can own a business here. Yeah. It means a lot.
It does.
So, like, I want to leave that stamp. Like, I didn't get to have that a lot growing up, so I want to make sure I enforce that.
No, yeah, that's fire. Like, yeah, that sense of ownership, like being able to own something in the city that you grew up in.
Yeah, like legit being on this block where, like, you live there when you don't gotta look at the street signs. Like, I can just walk. I know the turns. I know where I'm going. Like, I don't gotta read no street signs. It's home, like, legit. Like, I love it. Like, I really, really love it. And I think it grounds you. And I always tell people, like, I want to be here because the day I have a collaboration with, like, a Gucci or a Louis Vuitton, it's like, the Bronx gonna get it first.
Yeah.
So y'all gonna have to line up up here with the rosters.
Yeah.
Come up here. Yeah, that's I can't wait. Try it.
Yeah.
Try it. You can't camp up here. Good luck. So we gonna get it first.
You end up on the Citizen app.
Yeah, Citizen app going off. Like, yo, nah, I can't do it. Shut down the line.
Oh man. Like second to last question about like, what does it feel like to travel the world with your best friend?
Oh my God, it's really dope because before that I was always kind of into traveling, and then it got to a point where this is kind of like the friendship thing works because it's like we are two of the same people. Where out of our friend group, we don't got jobs, so it's like I'm a fashion designer, you're a fashion designer, you make clothes, so we understand, we live that kind of life. Whereas like we are on that timing, or we'll be up late. Like there's time we travel, just go to Miami. And just, after the event, we staying indoors and we both on our laptop. We Uber Eats and food and we just working because we're used to that. And it's just like, someone understands. Someone, like, I see it with like stars. It's like you want to bring your whole friend group, but when your friend group are just your weed crushes and they don't do anything else, it's like, But when you have a man that like, he could, like we in Paris Fashion Week, you meeting with somebody, he meeting with somebody. Yeah. That's dope. He could have a conversation. He could just, I could pay like it's like LeBron James and D-Wade, like I'll take the shot or you take the shot. Like we live that. Like we really can be a team unto that, extent. And I love that. It's really dope to reach that far where it's like, yo, we coming from the plains, then we going to London, then we going to Guatemala, then we going to Detroit, then we going to LA. And it's really dope. Like to have that with someone. It's not like a business partner. Yeah. It's your man's. And there's somebody in your field that was with you from the start of it to the end of it. And I think that's rare. You don't get that. I couldn't trade that shit for the world.
No, yeah. Last question. It deals with a little visualization. I want you to think back to when you were a young man.
A jit.
Yeah, a jit. About to get, what was the name? The Randy Moss?
The Randy Moss Super Freaks.
Super Freaks.
Yes.
And now you're you behind your younger self. What would you tell your younger self as he opens that box?
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. That feeling you got of how bad you wanted these shoes, you got to reverse engineer that feeling and sell it to the world. That's what I tell my younger self.
That's a great one.
It's the truth though, because I feel like that's what's missing. And that's a problem with what's going on now with everything. We're losing the soul.
Yeah, we're losing the recipes.
Where you like believe it or not, there's a big difference between cooking on the stovetop and cooking in the microwave. The food tastes different, I promise you. Because you just gulped it down real quick, but when you really sit there with the food for a little bit, you'll know the difference. Yeah. And it's just got to a point where it's like, we do it with music, we do it with art, we do it with fashion, where everybody's just the same. Whatever you see, you go. Like I remember one of my friends wanted help print something, and he does a design. He sent me like the Instagram page, and there's somebody that just like has a bunch of AI designs that they just sell. And they plug in and play your brand name or whatever name you want, and anyone can have the design, and they all look like Baby Hellstar Godspeed.
Jesus Christ. And
I don't want no offense, but I don't want none of that. And damn. But I respect the business aspect of it, but
I don't. All that shit is whack.
But that's the thing. Like I hate it. Like, all right, yo, I know what the rapper gonna have on at the appearance. Yeah. He gonna have on some bootcut jeans, maybe some Timbs, so like he from New York, or some white ups, a Godspeed shirt. The thing about the Godspeed and Hellstar stuff that I don't understand is like there's no stable piece. I could make a fake Godspeed shirt today. I could make 20 of them, and you would not be able to know that it's not Godspeed. Yeah. Because there's no staple design.
There's no staple
design. It's like
they're all crazy.
Polo. There's a black polo with a red horse. Yeah. There's a black polo with a big pony. There's a pink polo. All right. But there's no Godspeed design that just stands out. And all this stuff is just Ed Hardy Jr.'s. And I'm going to tell you right now. I
would say Christian Audiger more than Ed Hardy.
You know what? You're right. Yeah. You're right. But I'm going to say this right now. None of those brands were popping to the extent that y'all are dragging them now. I'm going to tell y'all right now. Ed Hardy hat, cool, but shorty, you having a full Ed Hardy outfit, I'm judging you. I'm judging you. You're wearing Godspeed on your birthday, I'm judging you. And I'm going to stop being mean right now. Yeah. But it bothers my soul.
I mean, it bothers me too.
We need to go back to telling stories, the art. And this is a responsibility to everybody that's watching this podcast that's a creative. You keep giving the platform to the ones that deserve it. Yep. You guys keep making the stuff that matters. Even if it doesn't sell immediately, the sellout culture gotta go. That's not normal. It's not normal, and we're bugging. We gotta start oven cooking the Thanksgiving dinner again.
Yes. That turkey gotta be juicy.
Josie.
Let everybody know where to find you, Mugzy.
Mugzy McFly on everything. Really, 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 my favorite social media is Instagram.
Yeah.
I answer every DM. Make sure you have a picture on your profile and not too much numbers in your profile name. You're sus.
Yeah.
All right, that's it. I answer everything. I even go into hidden and check because I like to connect with people. And if you're creative and you need any help with anything, I mean it. I'm really here for you.
He's a man of the community. You know where to find me. Who is House on all social medias. Follow the podcast, My First Kicks Pod. And I'm going to kick it to myself to give the Patreon shout outs, and make sure you hit up the Patreon.
Whoop-dee.
Thank you for listening to this week's episode with Mugzy. I hope you enjoyed learning all about how he's solving the New York problem, McFly Fest, which I hope you'll be at next year if you're in New York, and everything like working with J-Tips. It was crazy. Such a great moment when me and him got to share at BFF. I've been running into Mugzy a lot the past like 3 or 4 years, and she's just been, you know, a wealth of knowledge and super fun to talk to. So I hope you got that in this episode. But you know what we do at the end of every episode? We gotta do our Patreon shout outs. So shout out to Ross Adams, shout out to Jesse CG, shout out to Adam Butler, shout out to Derek, aka Fresh Poetic, and also shout out to Adam Newsitter. You guys have been helping me every month at the $5 tiers, and I am forever thankful because it really goes a long way. I'm really trying to build out the Patreon a little bit more, or a lot of bit more, once I have some more time. What I really learned about at BFF, which I will do an episode with my boy Quan, I learned that I need to stop separating the podcast and my job at certain events. Like usually when I go to a sneaker event, I'm just talking about the podcast, looking for guests, trying to get new subscribers, and I do that. If maybe you are one of these people that I've walked up to and said, hey, you should check out my podcast. Like, I have been so gung-ho on just trying to focus on getting more people on, talking to people about the podcast, that when I was at BFF, I was in that mode. And if you're not familiar, we did talk about it during the episode, Black Footwear Forum. Amazing event. And I implore you, if you want to work within the sneaker industry, or if you want to learn more about the main players of, you know, within the sneaker industry, or sneakers, or streetwear, or anything Black culture, you gotta go there. It's really, really, really important that every one of us shows up for this, because it's a free event that, you know, a lot of these brands really come together and show that, you know, these voices are there in these rooms that a lot of these people are saying are not there, and that might be the only voice in the room. And you know, these are moments where you get to talk to these people that may be the only Black person, maybe the only person of color in a room full of white people, you know, and are battling, trying to get their voice heard. And so you get to hear about their trials and tribulations, and you know, working within the industry, especially from the inception of sneakers, like working at Nike when there was only like 6 or 7 employees. Like it's super interesting, and I learned a lot. But back to what I was saying, I've been separating my career and my podcast for as long as I started this, because I was always under the connotation that I had to do that. And I left there being like, damn, I really kind of like held back from a career aspect of, you know, giving out information that got me to where I am as within advertising, which is also another part of within the sneaker atmosphere, right? Like this, the ecosystem. In order to get, you know, sneakers into the hands of people that want to wear them, you do need to advertise it. And you know, we know about the iconic commercials. We know about how Wyden and Kennedy did these things, but that's all marketing. And so my professional job, which I got asked a couple times out there, and I've got asked about that like at events as well. It's like, what do I do? So I am a project manager, and well, the term is creative asset manager, but I am essentially a project manager for an advertising company. And a lot of people there know how, you know, marketing works, but there is another side of like the database and, you know, less nuanced side, well, maybe more nuanced side of advertising, where we got to get the ads in front of people. And so I do that for an entertainment company. If you are ever curious about that, please hit me up. I will give you all the knowledge, because it is an interesting dichotomy within advertising. Lots of old and younger people have been there for 15, 20 plus years and just never leave, or newer people that are coming in and trying to figure out who they are. So I've worked with a dichotomy and a wide range of different type of people. But back to Black Footwear Forum. As I was there the first day, I was very focused on, all right, got to get more of the podcasts out there. By the time the second day happened, I was very much like, damn, I should have spoken more about my career. I should have, at the end of it. And I was finally getting, like, people were coming up to me, and I wasn't talking about the podcast. I was talking about my actual job. And that's where I felt like, damn, I did a disservice. So I will be there next year, because I do have to make up for, having these conversations that are beyond just the podcast. I should be able to go up to anybody, be like, hey, this is my career professionally, and this is what I do as my passion, which is what y'all been listening to. And so I did want to call out, because this is not the only time I've recorded this, the second time I've recorded this, but I do understand that, like, throughout the way I was growing, like, I was been taught to grow up, is like, your job is your job. Your job has to look like the only thing you want to do. And your passions, you need to just kind of like tuck it to the side and not really talk about it. And when I started working for a specific company 5 years ago, I started really doing this podcast. I mean, this podcast started 5 years ago. And what was interesting was that I didn't keep it a secret until my boss found it. And so my boss found it and was telling everybody all about it. And this kind of broke this thing in me where it's like, oh, you got to make sure it's separate. And so, I've been trying to keep my lives separate, of like, hey, I do sneaker stuff, and then, hey, this is my work stuff. But what really would help propel me, and this is what I learned at BFF, is if I just put the two together and try to, like, one help the other. And if you are struggling with that, and this is why I'm putting this at the end of this episode, or, with the Patreon shout outs and stuff like that. If you are struggling with that and you've gotten to the end of this episode, know that you are able to do both. And you are able to have a career and also find your passions. Because one thing that I've noticed, and this can be said for a lot of my guests, like even Mugzy, a lot of people will quit the job in order to pursue their passion. And while that works for some people, it doesn't work for everybody. And I'm one of those people that I'm doing two things at once. Like, I do want to excel at my current job to see as far as I can go, and I do want to take this podcast as far as it can go. So whichever outgrows the other, then that's what's going to take, right? But everybody's listening to this, whoever's been listening to this, appreciate you. We all know that, like, I love doing this podcast. I'm going to continue doing this podcast probably until, I can't speak anymore. And so, especially because, like, this year has been crazy. I'm up to 239 episodes. And so as I gradually grow this out, I'm still also really trying to be good at my job as well. So if you see something, it's like a lack of posts here and there, I do need to take one day off of social media, which I always try to do every week. And I will continue to be as consistent as possible. You'll always get an episode every week, unless I say otherwise. And you'll always get extra content on the Patreon, patreon.com/myfirstkicks. Of course, sign up, please. It helps me. And just want you to know that this is forever going to be my thing. For real, though. Like, I can't, it's crazy. Every time I think about it, and when I sit down with Aaron and Andy, you'll hear a full realization of how much I love doing this podcast on that episode, because of the gathering and the stories I'll tell that. or also you can also hear a little bit of that in next week's episode. But it's just I've never thought sneakers would ever put me in front of as many listeners that I have now, or bring me to Portland, or bring me to Detroit, or bring me to Las Vegas for ComplexCon. And so, you know, I'm just gonna leave it at that. But if you want to check out more episodes of this podcast, which I implore you to do, please check out these 2 episodes here. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button too. And, you know, we say each week, wear your kicks. Peace.